Hey, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today we are going to be cooking some okra stew. These are all the delicious ingredients that we are going to be using. We're going to use some bell peppers, some okra, some fish, some chicken, some of, I think that's cow feet, and some meat. So first you wash your cow feet in this case and then cut it in the middle, just so like you can have like tiny bites of it. And then my chicken, so I got a whole chicken, so I have to like tore the chicken apart, take out the fat and take out some of the excess skin, and that's it, all done, washed and clean. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water so the chicken and cow feet will start to boil. They take a longer time, so I decided to put them first. Now to my chicken feet. I love chicken feet, right? So for your chicken feet, all you have to remember when cleaning it is to take the nails off. Okay, now to my meat. I just cut them into bites. The okra, when it comes to okra, you just have to cut the head off, and this is how you want your okra to be looking. I think I have another video wherein if you want your okra a little bit smaller, you can cut it that way. Now it's time to prepare the bell peppers that I had, and then the habanero pepper. You just wash them, cut them, put them in the blender and blend them. Voila, this is what you get after blending them. And then that's your okra. I always add some onions on top of the okra. So that was my meat. My meat was cooking. Again, the cow feet and the chicken, because it was organic hard chicken. So I let them cook first, and then the ones that cook faster, I take them out. So you have to always be looking to see that everything is cooking at the right temperature and getting the right texture, I must say. So I decided to put the meat, which was easy to cook, and then the chicken feet last. And yeah, they were done cooking, and at this point I decided to take them all out because I'm making stew okra. Take it all out, wash the pot a little bit, and then pour some oil on the pot. Whenever I pour oil on the pot to know whether the oil is warmed up and ready to receive all the other delicious things, I always put onions in first. So when I put the onions, once the onions start frying, I'm like, boom, it's ready. So the process of making this okra stew, it's a stew, so the base have to be stew base. I have videos on this channel of how to do stew. You put the peppers, onions that you are blended, and then you mix them together. That's how you make African stew, Leone stew. So that's your base, right? So I just pour in the pepper, onions and all that good stuff in there, and I'm gonna mix it. You know what we do here? We do mixology, mix it, and then you put your jumbo maggi. If you don't have jumbo maggi, you can use whatever season that you have in the house. Okay, but to have that African, sweet, delicious flavor, jumbo maggi always does the trick. So you put your maggi and you keep mixing it. You put the fire on medium, because you don't want to burn your stew. At this point you can see that the stew was done cooking. I am going to add in my okra with my onions, of course. So I put in my okra and decide to stir it, and you're gonna leave the okra for it to cook. So what I noticed with like other African countries, like let's say Ghanaian, Nigerian, they don't cook their okra too much. They kind of leave it for it to be a little bit hard and nice and crunchy. But Sierra Leone, we cook our okra to the tea until it's finished, like it's mushy a little bit. That's how we love our okra, and there's nothing wrong with that. So just went ahead and put in all the creatures that I have, all of them. And let me just say, for the fish, I normally buy the raw fish, because in Sierra Leone we use dry fish. I normally buy the raw fish and then put it in the I have an air fryer, so that fish came from the air fryer, and it looked like it was dried pretty much. So I put the fish last because it's easy for it to just break, and you just mix it together, and that pot is looking so good, honey. It tasted so good. I wish you could just try this recipe. So what I noticed also as I was like cooking this, like there was too much oil. You don't have to do too much oil. I think even for me at the end I had to drain out all that oil because you don't want to be dealing with, all that cholesterol. So you can take the oil off. You don't have to put too much oil in your stew, your okra stew. So at this point, my okra stew was done. As you can see, everything looked so nice. I had it with some delicious bulgur and rice. And thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna be bringing more content, different content. Look out, okay? And thank you to all my 700 and something subscribers. I love you all. Have a nice day. Bye bye.